Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the RUM series. We are in part 4. Yes, part 4 of this series. This is probably going to be my longest series because there's still a lot yet to come. I know this video is a little bit late. I had originally planned to do it or release it while I was on vacation, but a bunch of my stuff got corrupted while I was on my trip, and I didn't have access to a computer, so I couldn't really fix it. But hey, I'm back now. I'm also back on my Twitch channel. I had a really great time on my vacation, and I'm glad to be back. Anyways, we are here in our room game. We are finally catching up in manpower to everyone else, and we had just surpassed Hanover.
That's unfair. I need to death.
By the way, Habibi, we should go. Yeah, okay.
And again, I joined another war that isn't directly benefiting me. I joined on the side of Dalmatia. He basically needed help against Ruthenia, Russia, and Bavaria. They were fighting him because he was getting out of control, I guess. I guess they thought that. I needed him for my trade deal because right now we had 3 trade nodes that were just all leaking into different trade nodes. So I needed more money, and even though I was really high dev and I was built on every province with no substantial trade income, I was still very lacking. And so I joined Dalmatia's war here, basically as long as he gave me a really good trade deal, as well as some subsidies and some cash during the war.
Yeah, so we don't get a crossing penalty.
Habibi,
Well, yeah, what's up, bro?
got a Persia situation. Would like to join.
Persia situation.
He joined on the side of Portugal.
Oh!
This war is still going on.
After we wiped like 200,000 of Portuguese army.
My dumb AI is gonna give us a crossing penalty.
Hold.
Or is it not?
Hold. This is Levik. Hold, I will join. I'll join.
Yes, not more discipline. No, it's just the discipline of the AI. Okay.
All right, so we need to rush this war so we can move to a different front.
1 year storm.
And now with Nepal calling for our aid, we left the Dalmatia front and started coming towards Anatolia with all of our troops. What was funny about this war against Ruthenia was that he called in Hormuz in the very end of the war, and I just left the war. So Hormuz basically just got a truce timer with me for no reason, just because he thought that I would stay in this war. It's all up to Zlevik to hold while we rush the west.
Let's be reinforce this stack. I think with Persia here.
Okay, if you want, you can attach your troops to mine. And
It's okay. I have just this one big stack which I'll look at just now, and 3 60k stacks to reinforce.
go in Mexico, try to see.
Beam me up, Scotty.
Can't call you
Wait, what?
because you were on this war. on the
Already
other
you're
side-
in
other
this
side.
war on the other side.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is the same long war. Oh my god. Essentially, because I was already in this war on the side of Portugal, I no longer could join on the side of Nepal. However, I didn't give up there. The Hormuz player got attacked by Batua, and I told the Batua player to call me in, and that led to us being again in a war against Hormuz, and most likely Persia, since Persia was allied to Hormuz. There we go. Yeah, having 2 cannon stacks here would make this a lot better, but it is what it is. We'll go with what we got. Having terrible forts has actually benefited me here, because I can just run through all the siege land and stack wipe all these Persians. Cut here. This army is just to catch. It's not meant to win the battle. Yeah, here's just to catch, and then, yeah. There we go. Like that. These men actually won. There we go. Even though Persia was committing most of his army in India, this war was still really hard to fight because of the way the fronts worked. They could easily unite. This was due to Persia controlling Mesopotamia and Syria. It was much easier for them to unite, and not only that, they could choose where to attack. When we pushed Hormuz into Arabia, Persia pushed us in Anatolia, and when we pushed Persia out of Anatolia, Hormuz attacked us in Arabia, and now they decided that they would combine their forces in Arabia. Luckily, Batua had most of his army here, but his numbers were still lacking for this time period. With Persia committing more and more forces in Arabia, we were finally pushed back. However, our efforts allowed Nepal to push back Persia out of India. So things were looking bad for us, but Nepal, things were looking pretty good. Not only that, we were close to taking a stab hit. We just needed 11 more war score. Put a general on that. Sorry. Win the battle before 10th of September, please, bro. 5 days. 4 days. Come on, bro. 3 days. Oh, thank God. Stack wipe. There you go. Nice. So close.
Habibi OP.
Make sure to get the war goal back. Just in case things go south, we can stab hit. Yeah, Russia. The Dalmatian war is still going on. The same war going on with Nepal and Persia. This is actually such a freaking crazy session, man.
This session is basically World War 1. Next session can be World War 2. Mark my my words.
Good to see I have some depth as well.
Push Hormuz again. There's a big offensive happening in the Persian mountains right now. Yeah, and Zlevik won. Keep pushing Hormuz. Yeah, keep pushing Hormuz. I'm catching troops.
Yeah, he won one battle on the mountain.
He's not
He won
catching
a
me.
fort, actually.
I catch him.
He's assaulting it even.
What do you guys think of today's war? What did I say one? Today's war. What do you guys think of today's war? Pretty crazy, huh? Get ready to reinforce that. I might need help. XC. I might win it really fast. I don't know. It depends on the rolls.
He's assaulting it with like entire infantry.
Stack wipe. Nice. Wait, what? No, I recover morale. Oh crap. I had way more manpower, but yeah, we have a lot of men. Our money is really bad, but we have a lot of men. That's all I can say. The session ended and we still hadn't pieced out Hormuz or Persia, which was pretty bad considering in some campaigns a lot can change in between sessions, and this is definitely one of those campaigns. Nepal and Persia got a peace deal to get Persia out of the war, meaning that Persia will now be committing 100% to the Hormuz-Persia front, meaning it's only a matter of time before me and Batua lose. Knowing this, Batua unconditionally surrendered to Hormuz at the start of the next session. Even though we had 40 war score, it's very unlikely that we would have been able to get to 50 war score before Persia had all of his forces in Arabia, and the longer he uncons, the more I would lose as well. And in this scenario, yeah, Batua is going to lose a lot, but since they only occupy a couple of my provinces, they can't take much from me. It was also around this time that we sold Rome to France. All I care about is having Syria back in this campaign. I don't care about memes, none of that. I just want Syria back.
Well,
I want you guys to remember that Rome was Muslim at one point.
I?
We didn't convert it, but it was owned by a
Yes,
Muslim
I know.
nation.
I'm
I just integrated Genjiro. Finally integrated Genjiro. Let's stay everything real quick. And there's two cultures that we need to accept. There's two cultures that we need to accept immediately. And we also, yep, okay, everything done there. Here, okay. We're also dealing with pretenders over here. Let's go send those guys in. Let's see. So what we need to do is accept the Sedano culture. The Kafa is Sedamo. And we need to also accept the Oromo culture. Decrease, decrease, decrease. You know what? We could just do it like this. Cheap advisor, Pog. Check that out in a second. And we're almost 1 million manpower now. Almost 1 million manpower. Max manpower. We're over Hanover again. We're almost equal with France. So I'm doing a trade
By the
deal
way,
with
how ugly do you,
Croatia or Dalmatia
think
or
is this
Venice,
color,
whatever you want to call
Habibi?
them. Which color?
Croatia.
I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite colors.
It's ugly.
Oh, Jesus.
The
You know,
Dalmatia was far better.
So,
I like it more. There's less blue. Alright. So, what we're doing here is called a trade agreement. Basically, my trade is getting jacks from all 3 of my ports. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to move our trade capital to Carrefour. Okay, we're going to have to do this real quick. And then we're going to do transfer trade power here. Transfer trade power, transfer trade power. And then get a guy here. Where is he anyways? Where's our other merchant? Basra in Crimea. And we're also going to push this guy here. 1 second. Now with all of our trade going to Ragusa, which Croatia has 100% control over, he will now subsidize us whatever that he makes, plus a little extra for this trade amount. So now we suddenly boosted our income by a whopping 80 ducats by just having someone else doing our trade for us. This is actually banned in a lot of lobbies because it encourages hug boxing. Well, a lot of people think it encourages hug boxing, which is somewhat true. It can also be highly exploited by colonial nations. If a nation like England or Portugal is doing trade deals for nations across the globe, they can basically generate money out of thin air due to trade steering. So like, let's say Portugal starts doing trade steering for like Hindustan for some reason. That money, if Portugal controls all the ports from there to their home node, will just multiply by the trade steering modifier as it travels to Sevilla. This session was pretty boring. I basically just used my newly acquired land to basically build soldiers' households across the entirety of the land, and that's because of the conscript the dhimmi, which we talked about in the previous video. But because of it, I reached almost the same manpower as Nepal, about 1.4 million manpower. And not only that, something interestingly enough happened this game. The Portugal player, basically who was kicked out of Iberia after attacking Castile, formed Texas. And when you form a colonial New World tag, you actually integrate all of your colonial nations. So he basically just integrated all of his colonies in one smooth move. And suddenly this huge Texas power appeared on the world stage. Bro, I love this too much. Freaking Croatia's #3 world power in manpower, and I'm #5, even though I don't have Syria. Our income was bussin'. Amazing economy going for us at this stage. Where even with a fully maintained army, we were able to have 60 ducats of income. At this point, though, we did have a horrible leader because one of our kings died without an heir, which if you have the Ottoman government type means that you're gonna get either like a 000 to a 111, I believe. So you're gonna get a really bad leader. Fortunately for us, though, because of our new economy, we were able to afford 1 level 5 and 2 level 4 advisors. Look at that. Look at that. This one province gives 16k manpower. Okay, let's see why. Okay, it's a core, 75. Land province, plus 25. Training field, plus 100. Dhimmi conscription, plus 30. Reform strength and no privileges, plus 15. Increase levies, plus 61. Leva and Mass, plus 50. Legalism, plus 20. Deverisham system, plus 10. Jesus, dude. That's insane. This freaking African Nubian provinces, we're like sucking out the entire population to become men for our war. Dev cost. Building up. Every single province had a university, a workshop, a barracks, a land force limit building, and either a manufactory or a soldier's household. And we just broke 300 income by around 1660. That's it for this episode. I know, a little shorter than normal, but I really wanted to leave the action for the next episode, since this like 80 years of the game, I was just straight up building up my African lands, building up my Anatolian lands, building up my Egyptian lands, and because of that, there wasn't a lot of things going on. But once the war starts, it's not gonna end until the last lobby of this multiplayer. I hope you guys are enjoying the series, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.